As President Obama arrives in the Middle East, an audio tape surfaces now suggesting al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden is alive. Our senior editor for Arab Affairs, Octavia Nasser, has heard the tape. So, Octavia, I want to ask you off the bat the process for trying to figure out whether or not it is Osama bin Laden indeed in the first place.
Well, first of all, it does sound like Osama bin Laden. For someone like myself and many others who have heard Osama bin Laden over the years, hundreds of hours of Osama bin Laden, it does sound like the man. We always wait for CIA voice recognition testing to tell us, to confirm that it is him. But so far, we have no reason to believe it is not him. The tape is interesting for several reasons. One, it does somehow give proof of life if it is indeed Osama bin Laden, because we've been getting reports from Pakistani officials that they believe Osama bin Laden is dead. So now we have a reason to believe that their information is wrong. But let's take a listen to a portion of that tape, shall we?
Obama and his administration put new seeds of hatred and revenge against America. The number of these seeds is the same as the number of those victims and refugees in Swat and the tribal areas in northern and southern Waziristan. This way, Obama proved that he is walking the same road of his predecessors to build enmity against Muslims and increase the number of fighters against the U.S. while establishing more lasting wars.
So in this message, the voice on the tape, the man that believed to be Osama bin Laden, mentions Swat Valley. He mentions the mass exodus from Swat Valley, which happened early May, but he doesn't mention the trip, President Obama's trip to the Middle East, or his planned speech to the Muslim world. So we have reason to believe that this message was taped somewhere in early May. But when Al Jazeera got it, because this tape aired on Al Jazeera, right, we didn't receive it online as we usually see those tapes surface. We have reason to believe that it was hand-carried, it was hand-delivered to Al Jazeera, and
which we've seen before.
Which we have seen before, but it doesn't mean that Al Jazeera received it today. They could have received it before and timed it to coincide with the president's trip.
Kind of brings up the question, though, how relevant is Osama bin Laden at this point?
And that's a very, very good question, because, as you heard Ben Wiedemann earlier, the scene, you know, when you talk to Muslims around the world, when you ask them about President Obama, he seems to be enjoying a lot of popularity. He's someone that they look up to, someone that inspires them. So basically, you have many, many people waiting for that speech in Cairo tomorrow. When you listen to that hate language from bin Laden, many experts say that it shows that bin Laden is bankrupt, bin Laden is not relevant. He's just using the hate language, he's using his propaganda just to say, I'm still alive, I'm still on the run. But is he capable of driving attacks against the U.S. or U.S.'s allies? Many experts believe that that is not the case. So he's not that relevant in that sense. But at the end of the day, the question is always, how come this man is still on the run? How come this man is still able to tape messages and send them out? Yes.
If, in fact, it is, of course, confirmed through the CIA that it is him.
Right. And the other question, of course, that people ask, how come we only hear audio messages from him? The last message that we saw bin Laden was 2004. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So many reasons for that. One, that he could have changed his looks. On one of his last tapes, we saw him dye his beard, which is very unusual for someone like bin Laden, dye it black. So many reasons. One, he could look different. Two, he could look sickly. Three, he probably could also be hiding in some place that has no electronics whatsoever. So they bring in a tape, they record the message and run with it instead of taping video, because, you know, to take video equipment to where he is, that will draw a lot of attention. So many reasons for that. But so far, lately, we only heard audio messages from bin Laden.
All right. Well, we'll stay on top of trying to figure out if, in fact, it is him or not. Octavia Nasser, we're sure to appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.